So environmental studies focuses on interconnections. Interconnections among all of Earth's systems, the land, air, water, and living things, including humans. We ask questions like, why do specific natural hazards and disasters occur in the places that they do, and how do people recognize and respond to those? Why do particular climates occur where they do, and why do they change over time? How do they change over time in space? And how does that variability affect humans? And what specific plants and animals occur in different places? Why do they occur there? And does that matter to us? Probably the most common area of employment for environmental studies is public sector. So government agencies like USGS, Park Service, Forest Service, BLM. We have students who are working as environmental specialists, habitat water quality technicians, tree ring technicians, what I do, and geospatial technology specialists. We have one former student who's working for the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. She gets to analyze caribou habitat and work with endangered species conservation. Environmental conservation education is another pretty common area that we have students working in. We've had students employed with the Tracy Aviary and Sundance Institute, for example. And then there's academics. We've had students go on to graduate school and are now professors, which is the greatest job in the world. In my mind, I love being able to combine teaching and research. It's a great opportunity to learn something new every day and pass that information on to students and learn from them as well. Well, you learn to think about broad scale issues and how to recognize and analyze patterns using quantitative analysis. You'll have the opportunity to learn field work using the scientific method. That is, go outside, make observations, design an appropriate study to collect data and collect samples, and then bring those samples and data back to the laboratory and analyze them further. And then present the results of the study through oral presentations and written communication. You have the chance to learn how to produce a professional poster and present it at a conference. You have the opportunity to pick up GIS, remote sensing, and quantitative analysis skills, computer programming skills, and using those tools to examine the natural environment. Well, as is the case with all of geography, you're probably going to gain more breadth and a little less depth than you would in other similar majors. For example, instead of drilling down to the physics behind earthquakes, you would learn why do earthquakes occur where they do, and what's the impact of that distribution on humans. And does the human population even recognize the threat of earthquakes in that particular area? Instead of the details of rainfall production and weather forecasting, what are the general patterns of climate? And what are the climates of the past like, paleoclimate? How has that variability in climates influenced humans, and how does it influence them today? And instead of studying the genetics of a particular organism, how do organisms interact as a community? How does that community respond to its environment? How does it respond to disturbances, such as fire? And so again, in summary, you're going to be able to recognize broad-scale interactions among phenomena in the world. And I should also mention that we have a very strong emphasis on mentored research in environmental studies. So we want to get you out into the field, into the laboratory, and hopefully giving presentations and being a co-author on a paper. Well, you should choose this major if you have a difficult time choosing a major, and especially if that's because you're interested in a lot of things. You should choose this major if you want to understand the world around you, the things you see and experience every day, and if you care about how you're influencing the world and how it's influencing you.